Harry keeps trying to get me to see a movie in the city. Apparently, it's based on his favorite novel, and he's read it a dozen times, and I don't listen to him enough because he's mentioned it before.
What movie is it?
I don't know. It's about some intergalactic war. Protagonist fighting for life and sanity.
So an average teenager.
Yeah, I'd say that sounds about right.
Wait, I know what he's talking about. We read it in class and it's on...
Well, she's finally malfunctioned.
It's on the literature final, along with every other novel known to man.
And you're freaking out because you're so prepared it's overwhelming? Well, at least we're all in the same boat. The Titanic.
Maybe not.
Arlo, elaborate.
All right. What if we had the answers to the exam?
Then we do really, really well on them.
Thank you for that, Chris. Anyway, Mr. Hindley changes his exam every semester, so we can't get it from anyone, but he always finishes the exam itself at least a week before we take it.
So naturally, we should devise a plan to steal it. How's that gonna work? And without him noticing?
Unoriginally enough, he keeps it in his desk, which is locked, but we've seen how careless he can be with that keychain, so that won't be a problem. As for him checking on it, I've learned that he doesn't even look at it after he builds the study guide, which, again, is a week before the exam.
Does my brother, aka your boyfriend, know about this? Straight A earning, Ivy League applying Harry? I wonder how hard someone that tall would hit the ground when they faint.
He doesn't have to know about it if no one says anything. And I'm just trying to help. Don't we have enough to deal with, aside from all the other criteria we have to meet? A little help with this doesn't sound so bad.
Would it be so bad if he did find out and you guys broke up? I mean, come on, Harlow and Harry.
I still don't think it's gonna work. So I'm gonna grab my mocha latte, and when I come back, this didn't even happen. In fact, I might not even sit here.
Give you chai tea?
Chris, I would really appreciate it if you could back me up on this. And it's not like you couldn't use a little help.
How would you know?
You're Chris. You're silly, you wear funny hats, you drink chai tea, and we're together almost all the time. So I know you're not doing your work.
How about you? You're in student government. You log sufficient community service hours. And come to think of it, I know you're not exactly failing, so why are you so concerned about this exam?
Forget it.
You're an intelligent girl. You're obviously observant enough to know how Henry handles his test. And my guess is you already have most of this planned out. You're also a great writer, and you have read every novel we've covered in class so far, so why this exam? Maybe I'm just being silly or thinking about it the wrong way, and maybe you're not worried for your own sake.
It's a difficult show to run. You wouldn't understand.
That's the thing with you. You spent all this time claiming how misunderstood you are, but you never can articulate what it is you're trying to say. And then when someone guesses right, you get upset.
I'm not upset. I can see this conversation is pointless.
You love to underestimate me. I'm on board.
Wait, really? Why didn't you say anything before?
Because Charlotte wouldn't have bought me a tea if I sided with you right away.
Then why the Inquisition before?
Don't worry, Harlow. I'll get the exam for Harry. It's almost making sense now. You're a monument to power couples everywhere.
I'm back. What are we discussing now?
The Inquisition. History exam's coming up too, you know.
I have to hand it to you, Harlow. If you hadn't checked Mr. Hindley's gradebook and told me just how badly I needed those answers, I would have never agreed to do this. So here's to every moment I thought we weren't going to pull this off.
Here, here. I was really nervous too. I mean, I know I suggested it, but I wasn't entirely sure until we came back home and no police cars showed up at my house.
I knew it was going to be all right. I mean, we've worked way too hard at that school for everything not to turn out okay, so here's to you guys.
To all of us, Chris.
You two, definitely. Me, perhaps.
what are you talking about? Did you mess up the multiple choice order?
Harlow, lay off. What happened, Chris?
I didn't mess up anything, I just didn't use the answers.
Why didn't you use them?
Because I didn't need them. How's your brother, Charlotte?
What does he have to do with anything?
Nothing.
That's arguable. Did you know that your dear big brother needed those exam answers a lot more than his girlfriend did?
What are you talking about?
How are you so naive, Charlotte? How are you so naive, Charlotte? Harry's smart, but he's no one's that good.
So that's why you needed those answers? Something never quite sat well with me about it, but I thought for once you cared for your friends more than you wanted to admit.
And Chris says stupid stuff all the time. Most of it means nothing. Are you really listening to her?
Chris never lied.
I do care about my friend, Charlotte.
I apologize, Chris.
Don't be so melodramatic. I think everyone will be fine. Why wouldn't you want me to help your brother?
Do you not feel remorseful about how you treated your friend or about lying to me?
Oh, it's Chris. We've been friends since the sandbox. She'll get upset for a couple of days and then she'll get bored. If I concerned myself with everyone's personal issues, that's all I'd ever have time for.
What does that say about you?
That I know my friends well enough to know what happens next.
Are you sure? You don't take responsibility for anything. You don't care about your friends, especially the one who just walked out on you for good.
As long as she won't say anything about the exam, I don't care right now.
All right then.
What are you doing?
You're the one who knows what happens next.